It's 10 minutes after 7. Welcome to my banner. It's, if you like, all girls or ladies talk. This is strictly for girls and women. But you can listen in if you're a guy. We're talking about reproductive growth and development in girls, but we're talking about what has become red letter day, a subject that parents either feel shy and so they don't talk about it at all, or even when the girls experience it themselves, they don't even know how to start a conversation on it. We're talking menstruation. What time does it come? How can we be aware of it? How can we tell our young ones about this difficult subject? My guests, Alexandra Opon-Amponsa and Joyce Atre Edu, they have a book. So Alexandra is consultant, the Abrefi's book project, and Joyce is a coordinator editor at Adrensa Publications Ghana Limited. And we're talking on Abrefi's Red Letter Day. These are experiences that they put together in this book, which will be really, really helpful to every young girl. But good morning. Thank you so much for your time. Menstruation. Why don't we talk about it?
I think that's our culture. It's sort of like we don't want to mention it. It's mommy is shy, teacher is shy, grandmother is shy. Yeah. There's a myth sort of around it, so that is what I think.
Okay. And I want to read some of the things that I've written in the book. It's a very simple book, straightforward, which is easy to understand. We'll talk about why you decided to put this together, these ideas together. But let me share some experiences and let's see if it rings a bell, if it tells your own story, wherever you're watching us right now. One Saturday evening, during supper with my family, I felt wet under and I realized I was bleeding. I told my mother I hurt myself, and after careful study, she started to laugh at me. She told me I had had my menses and that there was no need for me to fear. This is one, just the beginning of an experience. Another one says, the first day of my menstruation occurred whilst I was taking my bath. The pain in my abdomen was severe and I realized I was bleeding through my vagina and was scared to tell my mother. So I started crying and shouted for my grandmother to come. There's something that rings a bell here and it's crying. Just take note of that. This is the last one that I would share. The next to share her experience, and the name here is Yaira. She said, mine fortunately or unfortunately happened on my birthday. It was time for me to play ampe with my friends, so I followed them to the playground. As we were running to the playground, a neighboring old woman asked me what had soiled my dress. Since it had rained heavily that day and the place was muddy, I told her it was mud because I was ignorant of it. Ignoring the old woman, I followed my friends to play ampe. Whilst playing, I found out that blood was oozing down in between my legs. It was so embarrassing that my friends started to laugh at my misfortune. So you realize that even when young girls experience menstruation, the common thing is that people start to laugh at them. Yeah. Did it happen to you, Joyce?
Mine actually happened. When it happened, I was at home. I wasn't amongst people, so no one laughed at me. Yes, so I didn't get that experience.
But you felt embarrassed yourself?
No, myself, I didn't.
Okay.
Mine happened after I had taken drips. I was sick, I was very ill, and then I had taken drips. So when it came, my mom thought it was the reaction I had after the drip. So she was like, it's something normal, so after it wouldn't happen again. So when it came, it happened after the next 3 months. Yes, so she didn't like think it was my menstrual thing. Yeah.
Yes.
So
with all the experiences that you put together in this book, what do you think the proper time for talking about the subject would be for parents?
Yeah, since some are starting as early as 8 years, so I would say maybe from even 7 years, parents can start talking about it. Their girls. Yeah.
What was your motivation?
Well, you see, people, like we are saying, it's difficult for parents to talk about it. So if there is a guide for them to go, either they read it themselves or they can even hand it over to the girls, and maybe they can even just say that, just read it. After that, we'll discuss it.
Okay.
To make their job or their what they're supposed to do easier for them. Yeah.
But why do you think people laugh? Why do you think people laugh when you experience it? Almost everybody is laughing at you.
I believe it's the things that, like, you see, you stain yourself, and then when you stain yourself, it's something. Yes, I don't know how to put it, but when a guy when they see it like that, they have this thing in their mind.
But it also sounds like they understand what has happened to you, and that's why they're laughing at you.
I don't think they do.
Then boys are mean.
Yes, they are.
Because they don't even know what it is, but the first thing is they are laughing.
Yeah.
Whose responsibility is it to tell the young girl about menstruation? Is it the teacher or the mother or father?
I think that the parents, especially mothers, is their prime responsibility. But teachers too can also help. Counselors, Sunday school teachers, youth leaders.
I spoke to a few friends who recalled their either class 5 teacher, telling them about it. A lot of people didn't come through with, oh, my mother told me about it.
Yeah.
I can't remember who shared it with me. I'm still struggling to figure out who did. Either my big sister or something, but I don't know why mothers especially, knowing that this is an experience that girls would go through at some point, why they don't start the conversation at all. There was a bit about, I don't know if it's misconceptions as well, the stories that you tell. One person saying that my mother says this is a sign that you can have babies, you can make babies. The different ways that we interpret, how you're prepared. Is this supposed to be the facts?
You see, one thing that is wrong, I think is wrong, is to tell a child that, like we say in the local language, why your ba, why your mommy, sort of. I don't think that's how we should start. We should let them know that it's a stage in their growth. They were children, they are growing, they are still growing. You can even tell the child that you can even take a picture now, and after 10 years, if she take another picture, she realizes that there has been a lot of difference. So we need to caution them, for them to know that at this stage, if they should have an affair with a man, they can get pregnant. But their bodies are still not ready to accommodate a baby and childbirth and all that. So it's education. It should take, especially mothers, I think, especially in our society, should take their girls as their friends, so that it's not like a talk sort of, but it's like a conversation that they also understand it. Understand? They should know the process they are going through, as everybody goes through. Even if they show themselves, they shouldn't be embarrassed. It's natural. Even us, at our age,
adults.
Yes, this can happen to us. Because sometimes you don't even know the day, that's a specific day. Or with your busy schedule, you can even skip it or something. So it's nothing to be worried about. They should even know that should they get to a certain age that they haven't even had it, they need to see the doctor. So it's very natural. That's why they'll be comfortable.
Joyce, was it difficult putting the experiences together?
Okay. It was,
because I put you on the spot there. I mean, I asked you to share your story for everybody to know.
It wasn't. I remember one time at office, my friends, my male friends, they called, like, they were all there, and they put one chair in front that I should sit, and they want to interview me about this thing, so I should tell them my experience. Some people feel shy about it, but me, I don't feel shy about it. No, I don't feel shy. I'm okay. All my siblings are guys. Yeah, I'm the only lady in my family. Okay. But then I don't feel shy. When it comes, I go to this one and I tell him, Charlie, Abao, And
so if you don't have the sanitary pad, Charlie, make people buy.
Yeah, and then they do. They do. I'm so free with them, so I don't feel shy about it. When it comes, I don't feel shy.
Okay.
When I'm talking about it, so I don't feel shy.
So what are the tips that you would give a young lady who is listening to us, or a mother, should you carry the sanitary pads? I keep maybe about 3 and some liners in my bag like every day, because my thinking is I may not need it, but somebody may need it. So what are the tips that you can readily give people?
Yeah, we, like you are saying, especially the young, we also adjust our stats and we should let them know. And those, even in schools, what we are thinking is that maybe a child who hasn't even had a menses before, like it happened in one of the stories in the book, and it happens in school, what do we do? So if teachers should get some around in the washrooms, I
think that the story that you told here, the teacher went to bring a new panty, and then and the pad as well, and took the child to the washroom, and decided to go through the process with her.
So if all schools,
did it happen to somebody in a school?
Yeah, in the book,
Oh.
Whilst they were in class, he got up to answer a question, and somebody pulled her down. So they should have it in their washrooms, and the girls, like you are saying, when they are going to school, they could hide some, they can wrap it in something, in a bag which is not transparent, then put it in their school bag. So that anytime it happens, or if a friend needs it, they can help.
I would also want to say we should know our cycles. Yes, so that when it's coming near, you know that, oh, I need to get prepared for it. Yes, most of the times it's when we don't know, that's when we saw ourselves in other things. But mine, I know my cycle, 26, 28. So when it's getting near, I make sure I have pads in my bag and other things.
And there's another clue, I think. If you listen to your body carefully, because then you experience the cramps, it may not be very loud, but you have a certain feeling, like something is coming. But why do we have to experience that at all? You know how when it's not coming, you're happy?
It's all got to do with the hormonal changes that occur. What causes, you see, the real menstruation is the fact that the womb is always getting itself prepared for pregnancy. So every month the eggs are released from the ovaries and they pass through the fallopian tube into the uterus. So the uterus, that's the womb, is always being prepared. So at the end of the month, if there is no baby, then it sets off. So the hormonal change for the egg to be released, the hormonal change for the womb to get itself prepared, and also just getting close to menstruation for it to get itself ready to be shed. Those are the things, the hormonal change that's bringing the different changes that you are seeing.
Okay. All right. So we're talking about the adolescent reproductive health for girls, and our concentration is menstruation. And my guests, really, they've come up with a book, and I think you mentioned the names of the people who wrote the book: Letitia, Victoria, Florence, and Patience. Okay, and these are true experiences that they put together in a very simple book, which looks like this. And I tell you, it's really, really helpful for any young girl out there. It will be good for mothers to get it, and fathers as well. I'm not leaving you out. But I wanted us to also talk about how many days you experience the period for. Because back in secondary school, somebody would go through it for like 14 days. She'll be in the dorm the whole time because it's so painful. What's the ideal time?
Mine is 5 days.
Okay.
Yes, and I think it's normal. Some also experience 3 days. Yeah, but mine is 5 days. Yeah.
All right.
Usually should be between 3 to 7 days.
Okay.
And so the 14 days, I think there should be something wrong. Yeah.
But should it happen that you can't do anything at all? Because some people find it very difficult. They can't.
Yeah, it happens to some people like that. But for those people, what we advise is maybe a week to your menses, you start taking painkillers. And it may not solve it altogether, but it will reduce the pain.
Somebody else's experience in the book, the mother or the auntie was telling her about foods to eat and what not to eat. Does it help? Do you have to be on a specific diet during that period?
Yes. You see, if you see you're losing blood, so you should take something that will replace your blood to give you energy. So contomere, green leaves, lettuce.
Can I tell you something funny? I avoided these things because I thought that I would flow too much.
No. Those are some of the things why
my
we
young
think
mind.
this
Oh my God.
Yes.
Okay, so you should rather take these things that will give you more blood.
Yes. Yeah, if you have to take too much of dairy products like milk, sugar, and things, then it could worsen the pain.
Okay, so this is pretty new. You haven't launched it.
No.
So tell us about when you would launch and where.
The launching is on 29 September at McLean Hotel. Yes, and then our guest of honor is the second lady, Mrs. Matilda Emisatha. And then we have the one to launch the book, Mrs. Ababrio Hammond from she's a lecturer at KNUST. We have our chairperson, we have other dignitaries, we've invited so many people, some schools, to be there. So it's going to be a wonderful time.
Yeah, I would love to hear their stories. I mean, the second lady and all those people. It will be good, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
I mean, when we all know that we have a common story, like it happens to everybody, this happened to me, then that's good. I think this will be really, really helpful for all young girls.
Yeah.
Have you tried, a school? Has anybody given you feedback and things like that?
Yes, so far they have. They've given positive responses. Yes, so we are looking forward to see them on that day.
All right. Okay, so 29th.
September.
I guess the conversation will continue there.
Yes,
but I thank you for sharing your experiences with me. I am happy that I read it, and I hope that our conversation has been helpful to you out there as well. People are wondering where they can get the book because I've been talking about it so much this morning. How?
Okay, they'll get it in all bookshops.
After the launch?
After the launch,
okay.
Yeah, they'll get it.
All right. And the title?
Yes, it's still Abbreviated Red Letter D.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And maybe just to add, the publishers are Agenda Publications.
Okay. All right then. Joyce Achre-Adu is coordinator, editor at Agenda Publications Ghana Limited, and Alexandra Opon-Amponsah is consultant, the Abrefi Book Project. They've been my guests on the Red Letter Day, except that the day is not exactly, unless in your personal life maybe. But that's it for my banner. Hopefully the conversation would help your young girl. Stay with us. We're coming to talk the economy next, and we're talking the effect that what we're going through, whether HIPIC or without the I or the P, is having a toll on small businesses. So if you have a young business, you're wondering how you can come out of this or stay alive during these difficult challenges, this is the place to stay. We'll tell you how. Stay with us.